Hello, Father. Father Carre is our opening prayer, so I'm glad to see him here, ready to go.
Hello. Good
Hello.
afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Good evening.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. That will be in 3 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully the bishop will join us.
Hopefully. Did you send a reminder to him?
Yes.
Okay. No. No, if he said yes, he will. Yeah. I can send him a text.
Yeah, just to make sure he should
Yeah.
have the login information, but it wouldn't hurt to just double check.
Yeah. Let me see. I just sent him a text.
Okay.
$7.29. That's it.
Let me try to call him.
And Father, you can tell him I just sent him the link in an email, so he should have it separate from anything else. So
When did you send send reminder?
on Monday, and I just sent one just now to his email address.
Monday, that means
Oh, there he
yesterday?
is. I see his name up there.
Okay.
Bishop,
Okay.
welcome.
And I think he's there.
Yes,
There you
he is.
go.
Yeah,
Right.
here he is.
Yeah,
It's you.
here
It's
I
you.
am.
There
Here I
you
am.
are.
Right.
Welcome, Bishop. Good to
It's
see
you.
you.
Thank you, David. Father Carrier, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you, Bishop. About yourself? Doing
I'm
good?
good. That's good. Thank you.
Okay. We
Very
have a
good.
bunch of people. Have you seen them?
Yeah, we
We have
had
a-
about 100 people register tonight.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah.
Unbelievable. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, Bishop.
Well, we're at 7:31, almost 2, so I'm gonna get us started so we have all the time that we have allotted for tonight. We're so excited to see so many of you. I'm sure others will join in as we go along, but appreciate you joining us. And I see that Karen Schechter is on. Karen, I have so many windows. There you are. She's waving. Karen, I just wanted to introduce her to all of you. She just started last week with PTPA as our newest staff member. She's working as an executive assistant. Karen came to us after she worked as the director of Hands Up for Haiti for quite a while. She's got tremendous experience working in Haiti, and is going to be a great asset and
Good
certainly a
for him.
help to me and help to our board. And welcome, Karen. Really excited to have you with us.
Thank you, and I thank you all for letting me continue to serve.
Fantastic. So a couple of quick reminders as we start, just to highlight a few things. The Indiana Regional Conference, which we call CINCH, which stands for Central Indiana Churches for Haiti, will be on Saturday, October 12th of this year. So registration is up on our website if you want to register for that. Anybody's welcome. You don't have to be from Indiana. We love our Hoosiers, but we love all of our parish twinning folks. So you're welcome to join us. The National Conference, just to remind you, so you have that on your calendars if you don't already, is in 2025, so a little over a year from now, but that will be August 13th through the 15th, 2025, again in Nashville, Tennessee at the Catholic Pastoral Center where we had it in 2022. So we hope all of you and many of your colleagues and friends will join us for that conference. We're really excited about all that we'll be able to do there. So I want to have us begin, as we always do, with an opening prayer. And I've asked Father Carré. Father Carré is a Haitian-born pastor, but he's been serving in the Diocese of Nashville, Tennessee for many, many years. I've just gotten to meet him in the last couple of months. Got to have dinner with him and Bishop Jean just a few weeks ago while I was in Nashville, Tennessee, along with our board president, Diane Huggins. So, Father, if you lead us in prayer and we'll get started.
Okay, sir. Okay, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. We stand before you, Holy Spirit, conscious of our sinfulness, but aware that we gather in your name. Come to us, enlighten our hearts, and rekindle in us the fire of your love. Give us the light and the strength to know your will, to make it our own, and to live it in our daily lives. Guide us by your wisdom, support us by your power, for you are God, sharing the glory of the Father and the Son. May we temper justice with love, so that all our decisions, actions, and reflections may be pleasing to you, and that you find us to be good and faithful servants. We ask this in Jesus' holy name. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Father Carré, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And Bishop Jean, I'm going to ask you if you would leave a little bit of time. I don't think I asked you to at the end for questions. I'm just sure that many of the things you're going to share are going to evoke some questions. And so we hope we'll have time for that. And if we go long and you can stay on, that would be fantastic. So I'm looking for Drew. Drew is he calls him his U.S. liaison. And there's probably nobody on the call tonight that knows Bishop Jean better than Drew. And so Drew, if I'm putting you on the spot, I apologize here, but if you wouldn't mind doing a quick introduction of Bishop Jean, that would be fantastic.
Well, I would be pleased to. I'd much rather speak about Bishop Jean than myself. But yeah, I've known and worked with Bishop Jean. Now, I always have to do the math, my friend. 18 years? He nods, so I suppose that's yes. Yeah, prayerfully, we were just brought by the Lord to his path, and we've worked together. He was a young then with no gray hair, priest in Port-au-Prince, running the Catholic then radio station and subsequently radio and television station, which miraculously survived the earthquake, not the building, but the broadcast did, and served Haiti for so many years there in Port-au-Prince, and subsequently was elevated as Bishop of Hinche, and has served miraculously there. I really see Bishop Jean, and it is such a privilege to serve with him because he's a visionary. He really sees the Haiti of tomorrow, and works every day to bring his diocese in that direction. And I think you're going to hear from him this evening that sort of visionary approach to not only how do we solve the tactical issues of today, but his real focus on the strategic issues that bring us to a different tomorrow. So my friend, it's a privilege to serve with you.
Thank you, Bishop Jean, for joining us, and we're really honored to have you. So take it away, and I need you to unmute, Bishop. That dreaded mute button. There you go.
I don't know what happened.
Yes, yes, now you're good.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, David, for having me tonight, and so I can share with you what I've been doing those past 8 years in the Diocese of Hinche. And I thanked you for the presentation. One thing he didn't mention, how we met. You didn't say that, how we met. And I was sent in Rome to study social communication, and on my way back to Haiti, the dean of the faculty was an American Jesuit, and he got contact in Tampa, with the Catholic radio station, and he offered me to stay there for an internship, and I was at the same time helping out at Christ the King Parish, which is Jews and Susan Parish, and that's where I Jew and Susan. So and since then, and they are with me. They were with me in Port-au-Prince and with Radio Soleil, and we built the television, Tele Soleil. And when I called them and said, and I was appointed bishop in Hinche, and they said, you know what, we will be with you, and they are with me, but I think they are with the church, answering God's call to serve the church. They did it in Port-au-Prince, and they keep doing it in Hinche today. And every day I thank God for them, because they were they received the call, and they say yes, thank you, Joe, thank you very much. And he's my advisor, and also in my liaison contact in the U.S. And sometimes it's happened that we think the same. So if I miss something, I'm sure that he will help. Anyway, so the first thing I would like to share with you is the current situation in Haiti today. It's gangs activities haven't stopped, and kidnapping are still going. And the international force with 400 policemen don't seem to represent a threat for the gangs. And yesterday, while the prime minister was visiting the major hospital, a brand new facility, he was attacked by the gangs. But we hope to welcome more policemen in the next few months, and maybe we will start, finding solution the better solution. So, but despite all of the challenges that we're facing, we do not despair, and we believe that tomorrow will be better. And I arrived in the Diocese of Hinche in 2016, and it's what was very interesting. It's a young diocese, 52 years now, and then I found a very young clergy, and they are very dynamic, and also the faithful in Hinche, they are very, very dedicated to their faith and living joyfully their faith, even though they are facing hardships. Those are opportunities, and I was very happy, and that gave me, I would say, courage, to move forward, because when you you are called to be bishop, you're not going to school to learn how to become bishop. You have to do it. And when you find people around yourself, so it gives you courage to do the job. And but challenges, yeah, we do have challenges, and when I first arrived in the diocese, there were 44 parishes, and it's a very, it's a big diocese, we are, from Port-au-Prince, we have border with Port-au-Prince, with Cap Haitian, with For Liberté, the Northeast, with Gonaïves, it's and we are the unique diocese that doesn't have the sea, the ocean. We are in the middle, so, and there was a need to create more parishes in the diocese. And today we are 45 now, 45 parishes. But it was a challenge because we needed that, to create more parishes. And when you create a new parish, it's you have to build churches, you have to build rectories for the priests, and you have to provide for the pastor's need. So, and we have a good number of parishes that twinned with sisters parish in the US, but we do have many which have no twins. This is a very big challenge, and challenge because when you have a parish that receive support from our brothers and sisters in the US, and you have parishes that has nothing, that can be frustrating for those priests. So but when I just arrived here and I talked to Drew, I'm sorry if I say your name several times, because I know that you don't like that, but I'm sorry, but it's the truth. So, and I said the first thing I'm going to do is my pastoral plan. You have a diocese, you need a pastoral plan, and with my priest we sat down and come up with the pastoral plan. And talking to Drew, sharing with Drew about that, he said, pastoral, to do pastoral, you need you can't do pastoral if you don't have financial resources. So how are you going to do that? And I share with him my vision, because I think today we are lucky to have our friends from the US, really. And I think it's opportunity to thank you from the bottom of my heart, for my people in Haiti, either in the diocese of Hinche or the other dioceses in Haiti. But I always think that if today we have you on our side, it's God's grace. But somehow I'm kind of afraid, what will happen when my friends, this generation, won't be able to help. What will happen? So, and I said, and I think we can create, a project, sustainable project that will help us, to be, even though we need our brothers and sisters from the US to help us, but how can, we contribute, and I share with those ideas with you, and he connect us with CLI, the Catholic Leadership Institute, and he said, okay, we're gonna have a strategic plan, and we worked with CLI for 6 months, and I remember Drew flew, and he was with us for the first meeting, and I have team of 5 priests, and we worked every month, for 6 months. We work, every month, and we have, people from CLI working with us remotely, and it was such a great experience. Working together, learn how to plan the future. It's and I have to say, it's a mindset, in Haiti. That sometimes we live day by day. We didn't plan for the next 10 years, next 20 years, and I think we need that, and we work together, and we come up with a strategic plan for 5 years, and we identify like 5 major projects. The first one was a cemetery that probably the inauguration will be in November, and we have also the beekeeping project. It was in 1918. I sent a priest in France, in Rennes, in France, to study agricultural science, and he took the option for beekeeping, and spent 3 years there, and he came back, and now he's in charge of the beekeeping project. And the plan is to produce a specific honey. It's the moringa honey. I don't know if you've heard about the moringa, but it's a tree, and with it's good for health. So, and the honey, the moringa honey is very, people ask for that. So, and we do have also a food market. The project is to encourage the farmers to produce, and because one of the biggest problems in Haiti is food security. So we will buy produce from the farmers, and we will send those products to Port-au-Prince. So sometimes the farmers, they produce, but they don't have a market to sell the products. And from Port-au-Prince, we will come back with products that the people in Hinche, can't find here in Hinche. So this is the idea of the market. It will help the people, the farmers, to produce, but also it will allow the people in Hinche to get access to some products that they can't have here in Hinche. And but when I first came, those are 3 of the major projects that we intend to implement. And but before that, I have also we built a bakery. It's been in 20, I think just before the COVID. Yeah, 20. It's 4 years now, and we built a warehouse, and because we receive foods from Mary's Meals for our schools, from Food for the Poor, and we built a big warehouse. When the food comes from Port-au-Prince, we can store the food and distribute the food to the parishes for the schools. And with the support of our friends, Joe and Susan, we built that warehouse. And about the strategic plan, I told you that it was a really really great experience with the priests, but that create also, and like trust, and the priest, they see that we can build something together with transparency, and they see, the work we can do, and also, and that gives them the sense of, being part of the diocese. We are closer. I mean, the bishop is close to the priest, and the priest, they are closer, together. And now, in that process, what we did today, every parish in the diocese of Hinche has a budget, and that is something, really exciting, for the entire, presbyterate, but also, for the bishop, of course, but for the entire diocese. And what I miss is, for the strategic plan, we hire also, the diocese has a CFO, taking care of the, financial, for the diocese of Hinche. So any sister parish in the US today, if they talk with the priest and say, do you have a budget? They have a budget, and the diocese of Hinche has a budget. And we also create a diocesan fund. As I told you, it's something, when you have friends and you're facing challenges, mostly financial, challenges, and you talk to him, and he said, okay, I'm going to help you. This is a good thing. But I think at the same time, what can I do on my side? What can I do? Let me take an example. And if I, talk to a friend and I said, I need your help. I need, $20. And okay, give him $20. But I explained to him, $20 because I have, that problem. And but if I have to go back to him and ask him for something, I will feel better if I said, you gave me $20, but and now, instead of asking you for 20, maybe 10 will, because I did something that helped me to save $10. What I'm trying to say is how we can do something that will allow us to create sustainable projects. So in the future, I can be not self-sufficient, totally, but and I can help myself too, And I said, okay, let's create a diocesan fund. The diocesan fund, I ask every parish to contribute. I have like 4 categories of parishes, and the first category, I said, you are going to give 100,000 goods, which is maybe 600 American dollars today, a year. And the second one, you're gonna give 400. The third one, I think it's 2, and the last one is $100. And we collect that money and we put it in the basket. And I did the same thing for our schools, because our friends in the US, I know how much you care about the kids, you know, and you pay for the tuition and you feed them. This is great. This is great. But also, I said, the kids, they can contribute also. And I said, every children will give, let us say, $1, I mean, $1.50 a year, every year. It's you know, it's not big money, you know, I know, but in Haiti, you know, but I think we have to change the mindset. Not teaching the kids to just wait and receive everything from other people. They can contribute. And that money help us to support the new parishes, you know, the new parishes, you know, with helping the rectory, the priests in the rectory, and that the same team that we have, you know, the 5 priests, they are taking care of that money, you know, and at the end of the year, we said we collected, you know, I don't know, 4 million goods. So, and this is the report. You know, we gave, you know, 200,000 goods to that parish, 300, you know, thousand goods, and we, and the priests, you know, it's like they expected that. It was a little bit difficult at the beginning. And I remember some of them, and I say that they said, no, the kids, they are not going to be able to, you know, to contribute to that. And I said, okay, no problem. But I know that every family, they are raising chicken in the yards. What if every children contribute with a chicken? And I will do my best to go wherever that may be and take the chicken and sell it. And believe me, a chicken, it's $5. And they said, okay, Bishop, okay, we're gonna contribute. You know, it's and now you know they are very comfortable with that, and that create the sense of solidarity between the priests, and because it's not easy for a priest, you know, if he's in a parish, you know, where he can, you know, I mean, get some help from our friends from the US. But, you know, in Haiti, if you don't have really good heart, you will always find something to do with the little money, you know, that you have. You know, maybe the first reaction, it's not to look at the other one and say, you know, I need to help them. There are so much needs. So, but we have to create the sense of solidarity, you know, and I think that works perfectly. And
Bishop John,
yes,
perhaps before you move on to twinning, you can talk about the metaphor.
exactly. Yeah, I got that in mind. Thank you, Drew. You know, we talk very often, Drew and I, about that metaphor. You know, it's an image, you know, and today, you are brothers and sisters from the US, you have good heart, very generous, you're helping us. And that's true. We are like this, you know, our hands are like this, you know, asking for, you know, a helping hand today. But I would like that tomorrow, you know, the hands will be that way, you know, and it's like we are partners now. we are partners. You help me, and and today I'm in that position that, you know, and I made progress, and today we partners, and tomorrow my hand will be in that position. You know, now I can share with other people. You know, I can share with other people, and that image, you and I, we use it very often because it's. I think that's what we have to do to change, you know, the paradigm, because we can't spend all our life, you know, in you know, begging. It's I think it's a matter of dignity, and when every day I have to ask, you know, but if we sit down together and I share with you the project that I have, you know, and if you help me with that project, you know, instead of coming to you, I would say every week, maybe I will come to you every 6 months, and at a certain point, maybe when I come to you, it's not for begging, it's for, you know, celebrate. It's to say thank you now, you know, and I feel, you know, I feel good because I know that you have good heart, you are generous, you know, but when I was begging every day, I was not comfortable. But now you make me happy, and you help me, you know, to achieve so much, you know, thing, and now I can turn to another person, you know, and say, you know, let me share with that person, because I have some friends who understood that, you know, the situation, and they helped me build, you know, my life, and now and I can share with them. So and I think it's yeah, we can change the mindset. Let me talk about the twinning now. The twinning, my experience with the twinning. And my first experience with the twinning, it was when I, you know, came in the diocese, because I work in the communication field, so I didn't have the opportunity to experience, you know, the twinning partnership, program. And once again, I want to thank you. I want to thank you so much for what you are doing for the church in Haiti. And you love your people in Haiti, I know that, and they love you, and they miss you right now. You know, for 4 or 5 years, I can tell you, they miss you. I talk to the people, I talk to my priests, they miss you. They miss your presence. They miss your presence. You know, sharing what you have with them, this is something. And you know what? You know, Chupalube and Susan, I love them because they are with us. They are with us. They are sharing our, you know, our day. You know, I remember when they first, you know, got to Port-au-Prince, and they didn't want to go to the hotel, and I took them to Villa Mares, and it was very hard. And seeing them, you know, living that, you know, and people, my people, they love that when you are with them, when you're visiting them, when you sit on the walk and eating their food. Oh, and I think that counts a lot. And so, and I know that you love them, and I know that you care for them. But I would like to tell you that we have the parish, but we have the diocese, and if we we can see the big picture, the diocese, because I'm talking as a bishop, and I have 55 parishes to take care of. If I know what is happening in that parish, that will help me to understand better, and where to focus, the help that I can give, to the parish. An example. And we are doing that in Richmond because we have some parishes in Richmond. For example, we receive the report from Richmond, how, this parish in the diocese of Hinche, how do we say that? For the year, what kind of help it received from, a twinning parish in the US. And this information is important to me. It's really important to me. And I know, how much you're helping this parish. And if I have to go and ask for help, and I will go and ask for that parish, that gets no help at all. And one other thing that you can do to help is you have your parish, you love those people, you care for them, but how you can help the diocese, to reinforce the diocesan fund that will support the project. Or if you say, okay, the bishop has the cemetery project, he has the food market project, what is it? How can we help? Because we are doing all that to support the diocesan fund. And the diocesan fund is to help those parishes that don't get any help at all. And I think this is that would be a good thing. And we are trying to create a sustainable project that can help us, find resources to help all our parishes. Again, sometimes I'm experiencing frustration in the parishes. And an example, I'll give you an example. I have a parish for a year that received $144,000 from the sister parish from the US. It's a lot of money. But I know that because Richmond sent me the report. At least I know, I'm about it. I'm aware of that. But another parish twin with our friend from the US, for the year, he received $7,000. You see the difference? So, and I think if you could help the diocese, I'm not saying that you have to, neglect your parish sister. No. But how can we do something while you keep helping, you keep loving, you keep taking care of your people in that parish of the diocese of Hinche? How you can help the diocese, to reinforce the pastoral funds, so we can create at least, a sense of equity. It won't be a total equity, but we are human beings. this parish, this pastor will receive $144,000, and the other one $7,000. You know, the one who receives $7,000, he can be frustrated. He can be frustrated, because they are priests. They are in the same diocese. So that's my question. What my friends, from PTPA, who are supporting the diocese and the parishes in the diocese of Hinche, how can they help the diocese of Hinche, to create that sense of, equity in the diocese?
Bishop,
And
Bishop,
yes.
this is David. If I may be so bold to interrupt you for a moment, because I wanted to highlight what you're talking about. Just this morning, I had breakfast with two Haitian priests that were in Indianapolis, and they were both from the Miragon diocese. One of the pastors has a twin here in Indiana, and their total giving for last year was $328,000. The other pastor that I was with, his Sunday collection is $5. He has no other support. He lives in the sacristy of his church. He has nothing. He hasn't paid his teachers for an entire year. Somehow they continue to show up for work. So that's the kind of inequity that exists, that the bishop's talking about. That's very real, and as you can tell, very painful for the leader of a diocese.
Yep. Thank you, David. And I would like that the relationship include the bishop, and I think it could be good thing for the diocese and for the priest himself. And sometimes you struggle to, I'm struggle to find out how much help parishes received, and sometimes major projects are launched in the parishes without the bishop knowing, and I think this is something that the bishop should know. This parish in the US is helping, this parish in the diocese of Hinche. They are going to build something. They are going to invest, money for that project. Please, you let me know. Let me know about it. And I think it's a good thing for us. And sometimes, with lack of information, it can happen that we duplicate, things in the diocese. And for example, I told you that I have 44 now, 55, 11 new parishes, and we said we need to build the churches and the rectories. And what I did is we work on what I call type of the churches. I hired a firm, and we worked on the two model churches. Two model of churches, and the big one, and a smaller one. So now I had an experience, speaking about church. It would be a good thing, to have, nice church. Yeah, nice, very nice. But how we can build, with less cost? When we have a type of church for the diocese, and we said we're going to build, for example, one of our parish in the US said, we are going to build a church in the diocese of Hinche. If you contact me, and I would say we have those two type of church, and we have the church, and we have also the cost of the church. And of course, with the change of the inflation, we have to update, the price. But we do have those, and we do have also rectories type, and I think those information you can use them. When you have a project to build a church, to build a rectory, you contact the bishop, you contact the diocese, and you said, I'm going to do this. How you can, do you have any advice? And I have the church model here, and we have the estimate, and I think this is, that will help us, both sides to move forward, in serving the people. And so we have those standard design available, for the churches and for the rectories. And I think I talk a lot now. I think and the last thing I want again, I want to thank you. I have a friend, he doesn't like when I say thank you twice. He said once it's okay. But I need to thank you very, very, very much for what you're doing for the church in Haiti. And it is a way to express your faith and to live the gospel. I have my brothers and sisters in Haiti, and they need help, and we are here for them. This is a way to live your faith, and I say thank you, and through David, I will be available. Drew and we will be available. Contact us if you want information, if you want advices, and please, thank you again. Keep taking care of your people in Haiti, in the diocese of Hinche, but don't forget the diocese itself. Thank you.
Thank you, Bishop. I hope you all heard that the Hinche Diocese has a twin diocese relationship, a diocese to diocese, in addition to many parishes, with the Diocese of Richmond, Virginia. I believe that's one of the answers and solutions to some of what the bishop is getting at, is that the diocese works hard on its behalf to support the bishop and his goals and vision. If you have a diocese you can approach for that kind of relationship, that's a great project for you to have. I've approached my own bishop and he told me no. I'm not done asking. I tend to ask and ask and ask. So that's I think one of the possible solutions is for us as a whole diocese to come together. So yes. There are a couple of people. Denny, you asked to speak up here. Denny Bauman was.
Excuse me, David. And I think did I miss something?
No, you did fine, my friend. If I could, David, if I could just sum up a few what I think are key points here. The first is communication, and that you're including the bishop within your diocese in the major things that you do, and let the bishop know the funds that you're sending down there. That shouldn't be a secret. Another is to really think about what long-term success looks like, and I can speak for myself and the bishop. Long-term success looks like the people in Haiti not needing you anymore. And that might sound kind of harsh, but I mean, that really is, if they don't need you, it's sort of like and I'm not paternalistic in this, but it is sort of like a parent and child. If your children need you in their older age, then you've failed as a parent. And if the people in Haiti continue to need us forever, then we've failed as their partners. And additionally, I look around and most of you have hair kind of my color. And what comes, what comes when we're not around to be there to help? I think we owe it to them, to those we're helping today, to think about how there can be a tomorrow when they really don't need that help, and what plans can we put in place, because that's really where the dignity lies, in them not having that handout. And that's what I wanted to add. Thank you, Bishop, for all that you said.
Thank you, Joe.
Danny, go ahead.
Hey, Bishop, my name is Denny Bauman, and I'm the director of Bethel Computers for Education. You may not know that name, but we're the group that donated all the computers to many of your schools.
Wonderful.
I say that in all humility because what we've done pales by comparison to what many of the other people on this call have done in Haiti, okay? But there's a person who you know, her name is Monica Walker.
Okay.
Yeah, look, I can see the grin on your
I know
face.
her, yeah,
already.
I know her,
Yes,
yeah.
okay. And I mentioned Monica's name only to highlight the point that I want to make. You know, the hardest we've sent more than 3,000 computers to schools all over Haiti. Okay.
Mhm.
And we're working not with just Catholic schools, but I'm working very closely with Bishop Jean Desinord from the Methodist Church and other churches throughout Haiti also. And consistently, the hardest thing about what we do has nothing at all to do with computers. It's logistics. It's logistics. It's getting them from where we have them, getting them to your schools, okay? And over the years, and I've been doing this now for more than 20 years, okay? Over the years, we've worked with a lot of organizations. You may know Delille Antoine, all right, in Port-au-Prince, okay? Many years ago, Delille tried to arrange some support through Port-au-Prince. It was a complete disaster, okay? And recently, we've tried, I see Rick Shanzel's on this call. We've tried to work with Food for the Poor, and that hasn't worked out yet either. So I guess the point I want to make to you is that anything you can do as bishop to aid in the logistic support of what we're trying to do for you would be a great, great help, okay? That's one thing. And then on and it might not have to do with shipping, but it might have more to do with dealing with the government of Haiti, like with customs and with corruption, whether it's in Port-au-Prince or Cap Haitian, could go either way, okay? And I've been to all of those places, okay? And then one little minor point, because I know that you're familiar with the educational resources that we've made available to your diocese. I continuously beg for feedback, not feedback to say how great a job I'm doing and all of that. I don't need to hear that. I need to get feedback as to what we can do to make it better for your children, okay? So I'll leave it with that. I would love to have a relationship with you like I have with Bishop Dorsley, okay? Because we're reaching out to all of your schools, okay? And we can help all of them. Really, I'm not making this up. We can help all of them, all right? But we need logistical support and feedback. Thank you.
Thank you,
Danny.
Thank you, Danny. And yeah, I took note, and for the educational part, you've heard about Richard Joseph. Yeah, I will talk to them about it, you know, and about the shipping and the custom. We do have tax exemption, but sometimes the process is very long. It's very long. And recently, with the nuncio, we tried to, I mean, like a commission, the church and with the government, you know, how we can have a contact with the minister of finance, you know, which is the minister, you know, in charge of that tax exemption. So we are working on that. So, you know, when we receive things from the US, I mean, from abroad, so we can have them, you know, release more quickly.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Dave.
Anybody else have a question for Bishop? Go ahead and raise your hand or type in
I think we have a question in the chat.
Yeah, about food. Do you see the question of food? That's a question I get a lot. And we have our friends from Food for the Poor. I hope they're paying attention to that question as well.
Can you repeat the question for me, David?
Do you have any recommendation on how the diocese can assist in the purchase and distribution of food at a more efficient and economical cost?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's that's for now, I don't have an answer now. I can think about it. I can think about it and get back to you with an answer, David. But for now, no, it's
Okay,
mhm.
thank you. We'll let you stew on that, and we'll talk about that a little bit. Maybe Drew and I can put our heads together on that issue as well.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
And I also want to mention, and Chip, if you want to jump in here, Chip is a member on the phone from the Diocese of Richmond, and he helped start an enterprise called Mailbox, etc. And they have a location in Hinche now, just opened up, and one in Cap-Haïtien. So you can go to their website, order things, and ship it directly to Cap-Haïtien and Hinche. Chip, do you want to put in the chat maybe the web address for the shipping company? And I can follow up in my email. I'll send you all the link to the recording of tonight, and I can include that information there as well. But that's one option. And we're also working on an alternative for shipping to Haiti in bulk. Chip and I have been talking about that as well. So we hope to have something to announce pretty solid before too long. So Chip, you want to say anything?
Just that we opened in Hinche, Bishop, over at the new Entrepreneurial Center this week with Father Harold. And Mailbox is the same business model as everybody in the United States knows as UPS stores. And we have the rights for the entire country. And we've opened in Cap-Haïtien last year. And we can logistically, it's about a 1 week ship time at about $10 to $11 a pound.
Mm-hmm. I mean, from the US to Hinche?
Anywhere in the US, you can order Amazon now. Yeah, yes, sir. You can order Amazon, you can order Walmart, you can ship from your house in the US and just take it to a UPS store, put the address on there, and a week later, it'll be in your hands in Hinche.
Okay. Is it the same brand, UPS?
What happened is, Bishop, is that in the United States, UPS store bought all the rights to Mailbox. And so it's the exact same model. Everywhere else in the world, it's still known as Mailbox. In the US, it's known as UPS stores. They look exactly the same. You can't tell the difference.
Okay.
Great. We'll be sharing more information about that because I know that was new for a lot of you and you're probably interested in that. Bishop, Deborah asked about a bank account that's a requirement for farmers. And she's asking, is that difficult at the present time for farmers to get a bank account?
No. To open a bank account, you mean?
I think that was what the question was. Debbie, if you want to jump in, you sure can.
Sure. Thanks, David. Yes. Thank you, Bishop, for your presentation. My question is about the farmers. We represent and we're twinned with the parish in Fontpierre. So, and I know it's a very rural area. I'm not sure that there's a bank there because I know the pastor has to go to Hinche to go to the bank. So
Yes.
how could these farmers work around the requirement to have a bank account?
I think they can open a bank account, Deborah. I think they need ID, and they can open a bank account.
They would have to go to Hinche to open a bank account.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Uh-huh.
So Michelle mentioned that she installed their parish installed the Starlink satellite system, and she was curious if others in Hinche have installed the Starlink and how it's being used. And as I think most of you know, it allows folks in Haiti to be on the internet just like you and I are, and have access to virtual calling and websites and educational material, all the good things. So anybody else install the system?
No, in Hinche, yeah, people have Starlinks in Hinche. At least I know parishes, no, not that I know of, but I know our Caritas that they get Starlink, and yeah.
I see in the chat
I
that Our
don't-
Lady of Fatima is using Starlink.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
I didn't know that. Eve.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Monsignor, they are using Starlink for
All right.
just about a year and a half. And
Oh,
it
good.
greatly improved the video and calling, and the
course.
fidelity is very good. So yes, we are.
Of course.
If
Good.
you're interested and haven't gone down that route, contact me. I've been having great success referring people to a couple of companies, and it is a game changer. Diane, you have a question. Go ahead.
Okay, mine is not a
Diane, your audio is breaking up.
I just want to say, Bishop, thank you so much. It was my honor to meet you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm honored to be with the bishop when he was in Nashville.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, better now.
And I just want to thank you for challenging us to think about twinning in a new way. My parish has been twinned with a parish in 40 years. For 40 years, and I thank you for your input. We do need to think of new and better ways to do things. And so thank you so much for your time with us, and I hope I get to be with you again sometime.
Thank you. You're welcome in Haiti. Well, next time it will be in Haiti.
But you come
Yes.
back to Nashville. You come back to Nashville, okay?
And thank you, Father Carey, for making
you're
all that
welcome.
happen.
Oh,
Folks,
anytime.
I want to share
anytime.
I want to share with you a very extreme example of the equity issue. And this is a little harsh, but I witnessed this with my own eyes. When I was in Haiti in January, I visited a parish. The pastor told me that the teachers there who were making $90 a month became aware that their neighboring parish teachers were getting $250 a month. The teachers organized and assumed that the pastor was withholding that money. He assumed he had that much and that he was keeping it for himself. They threatened to kill him, and he feared for his life. He had to leave the parish. It was a horrible tragedy for him and for the whole parish. So it's not something we always think about, is the inequity that we can create and the unintended consequences. We may want to be generous, of course, that's fantastic if we can be, but that inequity that we create. So me as the leader of PTPA now makes me think about, we need to know about one another and what are you paying the teachers? What am I paying our teachers? And so there's a little bit more of a balance, so we don't create, and that's just teacher salaries. I'm sure that happens in a lot of other ways too.
Yeah. David?
Kenny?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of ways of describing the situation. One of which is the need for communication, or networking. And, it isn't just a question of salaries, but it's a question it's at the heart of PTPA, the idea of sharing knowledge, sharing what we know. And the comment about Starlink is a good example. I mean, I really wonder how many parishes, whether it's the Hinche diocese or any other one, know about Kevin Keene and Brighton, Haiti, and providing solar power to churches and to schools, okay? Because the whole thing is tied together. I mean, you need solar power, and again, my computers are a small part of it, but then we get the power, we get the educational resources, and then we get something like Starlink, so we have a connection. So we need to share information is the bottom line.
Yeah, and Denny, that's one of the very important reasons for the member portal. Stay tuned for a very big announcement about the portal that'll be coming out probably next week, and a way for all of you to join and be a part of that portal community, because it is, Denny's right, that sharing this information with one another, learning from each other is absolutely critical. And one of the reasons, actually one of the primary reasons PTPA exists, frankly. Mary, did you want to ask a question?
Yes. I'd like to piggyback on the information piece. One of the things I did a number of years ago, we hired staff in Haiti and we didn't know how much to pay. them. And so we were concerned about the equity issue. And so I sent something out to all the twinning parishes and asked, how much they paid a nurse and how much they paid a manager in Haiti, who is Haitian. And I got all over the map, from little amounts of money, $20 a month for a nurse, to $200 a month. I'm wondering if we could share that kind of information and then help us in the US know what's fair, what's a fair price, so that we don't do all this inequity ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Bishop, perhaps that's something you and your brother bishops could help provide for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it will have, gap between, it depends on the area. If you are in a big city, like Mibale, and you have a clinic in I don't know, in Aguma, for example, it will be different. The price will be different, but the gap, between $20 and $200 is a huge gap, and I think you have to be careful, and maybe we can't give you exactly,
but a range.
Yeah, a range, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. I think we can do that, and
that would be extremely helpful, Bishop. Yeah,
right. Can give advice on that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody asked a question about Starlink, and I'll just quickly answer that. It's just like in the US, if you want to share your password, you can do that with folks. If you can buy an extender, so it goes out further. It doesn't go out very far by itself, maybe 20 yards. If you add a modem, it can go out, much, much, much further than that. And then you can give access to our kids in our school, access it because it's next door at the rectory. We put in an extender, and the kids have access to the internet. Great. Well, we're going long, and I'm sure you all were interested enough to stay on, and we really appreciate it. And we can go on if you want to stay on. That's great, Bishop. I know we invited you till 8:30. We've extended your time. I hope it's not past your bedtime, sir.
No. Work. Oh.
We are so grateful to have your leadership, for you to join us. And why I was very excited about hosting Bishop tonight is that we think we need to hear from the bishops, because they are the leaders of the church in Haiti, and we need to come alongside them, to support them, to defer to them on certain things like projects, as he talked about, and to take our direction from them, because they answer to the Pope, and he's the leader of the church. And so I think it's really important that we follow the structure that, in the wisdom of our church fathers, they set in motion for us. So, Bishop, thank you so much. Drew, thank you for joining us too, and for all the support that you've given the Bishop over these years. And thank you all for joining us. And look for a follow-up with a link to the Zoom, and then some of the information we talked about, I'll put in the message as well, everyone. And just a correction, thank goodness I have Karen. This is one of the reasons she's my auxiliary brain now. I gave you the wrong dates for the national conference. It's Friday through Sunday, August 15th through the 17th. August 15th through the 17th. Those are the kinds of things that Karen's helping me with, because I have too much in my brain rattling around. So please make that correction if you wrote it down incorrectly. But thanks, everybody, and I really look forward to seeing you again, hopefully next month. We'll make that announcement pretty soon. God bless everybody. God bless, Bishop.
God bless you. Thank you.
God bless.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.